really are your father's son. Well then, if that's what you decided, I'll support you all the way. I better leave the IS-7 documents and evidence with you then. Alright. Here are the documents. Excuse me. By the way, the parts in orange are Uncle Ray's old notes. Stuff in orange, what? Thank you. What's this in orange? Statute of limitations ran out 3 years ago. Okay. By desert by the suspect, this led to his arrest. In jail, he was diagnosed with hypoglycemia and he was treated by medicine. After his own confession, he was convicted as an accomplice to the murder. His true identity is the famous Pierre Hoquet. He entered the contest as a cake designer. Death was a blunt trauma to the head. Because the victim's bodies vanished, there appears to be no autopsy report. Is that the true reason? Oh, hey, thanks for the picture. Goodness. Alright, anyway, wanted to look that over before we continue. Anyway. And now, here's the IS-7 evidence. There's a lot, so make sure to look it over while you investigate. Received a lot of IS-7, evidence. Thanks. Huh, right. I'll check through it later. Anyway, there's so many strange things about this case. Actually, we'll check right now. Memories! Alright, let's see. The recipe book, the frame of fingerprints, rock salt, the family photo, and the badge. Okay, no, not the badge. Anyway. Indeed. Those involved in the case 18 years ago have reunited, and another incident occurs. Replicas of the statues from 18 years ago were displayed in the Winter Palace, and poison gas was released in the Autumn Palace, which had been disguised as the Winter Palace. The two chemicals in the Pisces case, Normallium and Fatalum, were mixed, causing an outbreak of poison gas. The victim of the poison gas was Dane Gustavia, a person involved in the IS-7 incident. Because he was unconscious, he received treatment in the Zodiac Art Gallery's infirmary. And then we found a body! Finally, the dead body found floating in the fountain. Pretty sure that's Dover. Ew, he's been frozen for 18 years! Ugh, that's gross. Ugh. And once again, the ice sculptures have melted. There are deep connections between the two cases. It's possible there are still some clues left from 18 years ago. Right! Let's get started! Oh, frickin'... Just 1 second! Don't tell me you've forgotten about me! Didn't I tell you that I'm the one in charge of this case? Prosecutor Edgeworth, if you intend to continue disrupting Sebastian's investigation... Oh, I'm tired of you guys interrupting! The word guilty will be added to your PIC report. What does she mean, guilty? Please allow me to assist in your investigation as before. I appreciate your proposal, but I'm afraid I must overrule it. That was fast! Even though we're short on hand to identify the victim right now, it's only a matter of time until we figure it out. In that case, I shall take that load off your shoulders at once. Regarding the identity of the unidentified body, one person comes to mind. Really? Then tell us! Very well. It's not just the sculptures that have made a comeback from the incident 18 years ago. The body in the fountain is... Isaac Dover. Where is he? It's likely that the identity of the body is the victim of the murder that occurred here 18 years ago. Isaac Dover. Ah! It's Icy's body? Hey, who's that? I've never heard of him. Mr. Isaac Dover. A truly great sculptor. But he was better known as Pierre Hoquet. The sculptures on display here in the museum are all his creations. Ah, so in other words, that sculptor was the best. Somehow I feel strong kinship into him. And he was the victim in the IS-7 incident. She knew about the IS-7 incident. Prosecutor Edgeworth, the IS-7 incident occurred 18 years ago. And what's more, the police reported the removal of the body. That's what's on the record, but I wonder if that really is the truth.
What are you saying?
The defense attorney in the IS-7 incident claimed that the body was never found. Not that the prosecution would ever admit to such a thing. Snap. Hello? Huh? Really?
Is something wrong, Sebastian?
No, it's just, they said that they know who the victim is. It's Isaac Dover. Duh. It's just as that prosecutor says, it's Dover.
No, it can't be.
It would seem my father's suspicions were correct. What is it, Judge Courtney? Have you finally realized that I'm much more helpful than Mr. DeBest? Hey! Are you trying to steal DeBest's position for yourself? I am doing no such thing. I just want to know the truth. And for that to happen, we need to cooperate, no?
The truth is none of your concern.
Objection.
Want to bet? I don't think that's true, Courtney Pie.
You again.
Uncle Ray assisted the defense attorney involved in the IS-7 incident. The one who claimed that Mr. Dover's body was never found. The prosecution denied it at the time, but now the body has been discovered here. In other words, the IS-7 investigation was unjust. And isn't it the duty of the PIC to investigate corrupt prosecutors?
Oh.
Then wouldn't you want to cooperate with those who were involved in the case? Unless you have an ulterior motive. Now that I think about it, Judge Courtney knew about the IS-7 incident, so it would seem she really is here because of the PIC.
Even if you're related to the incident, I don't see how Prosecutor Edgeworth is.
Hold it. He is the son of the attorney in that case, and a prosecutor taught by Varn Karma himself. And what's more, he was in the audience at the IS-7 trial. I'm sure there are many points he can enlighten us on. Ha! Take that, Courtney!
Very well. I will allow you to cooperate. However, your investigation must not hinder the other investigators. The Winter Palace is currently being investigated, but the fountain patio is open to you.
That's my Courtney Pie. Now we're talking. As thanks, I will allow you to have a hug with Uncle Ray. Now you're going too far.
Overruled. If I feel your cooperation isn't needed, I will have to ask you to leave.
Understood. Isn't that great, Miles? Now we can start investigating. You really helped us there. Uncle Ray did it all for himself. Alright, Uncle Ray's going to investigate too, so let me know if you figure something out. Got it. Oof. Oh, right then. Okay, let's begin the investigation.
Okay, let's do this!
We still don't know where Mr. Dover's body and the Normallium were hidden.
You don't have enough information to go on.
You're right. Our first priority is the Normallium.
Well, Normallium is used in washing detergent, paints, and the like.
If I recall, it's a red liquid with a minty aroma. The logic!
Well, then let's get looking for that Normallium.
Off we go! Alright. Let's go... Where? Oh, there's the cart. Hey, cart thing. Actually, I need to talk to Kay, don't I? On this service cart, Miss Hall has prepared her tea set.
According to the pamphlet, the museum is also famous for its tea.
Yes, it certainly had a flavorful, rich taste.
It seems this tea set was almost made by Mr. Dover. Also made by Mr. Dover.
Oh, so the tea set was made by the victim. Let's take a closer look. Right, let's do it. So this tea set was made by Isaac Dover.
Fancy stuff, huh?
Okay, I say this tea set is worth thousands of dollars. Please be careful with it.
This tea set is such a treasure?
Please don't look so excited. If I recall correctly, Miss Hall was a huge fan of Mr. Dover. Right? Hey, Edgy! What is it? Be careful with that teapot! Why must I be warned by him of all people?
Madam and messieurs, would you care for some tea?
Miss Hall. Ah! Katie! No, I'm fine, thanks! Kay and Edgy, you guys can have some! What? Well, since you asked, we might as well take a short break.
Certainly.
I don't have anything to drink with me today.
Thanks for the tea! Wow, it's so tasty! What kind of tea is this, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's Ceylon tea, known for its citrus aroma. However, Miss Hall, is this the same tea you served us this morning?
Yes, that's right. Was it not to your liking?
No, it's not that. The tea we had this morning had a slightly different aroma.
How strange. Is it the same Ceylon tea I served this morning? It is the same. It is the same. There shouldn't be anything different about it.
What's wrong with you, Edgy? Quit nitpicking about the tea Katie so kindly prepared for you! Larry, what are you getting so upset about? I'm not upset! You're just being a rude jerk! And I told you to call me Laurice! Sheesh, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore! Larry? It's like arguing with a child.
Maurice, I wonder what's wrong.
I'd like to ask him that later myself. And I also need to speak with Miss Hall. I don't have any evidence that shows she is the culprit, but I dare say she is the one who has set up the poison gas trap. I don't think there's anything else. Let me talk to Kay first. Hello, Kay.
Yeah, what's up? I wonder if this case and the IS-7 incident are connected somehow.
It's hard to say for certain right now, but I also don't think they are completely unrelated.
But your father was in charge of the IS-7 incident, right? This can't be just a coincidence. It must be destined by fate. Let's solve both of these cases. I'll make sure to steal the truth for you.
That sounds promising. Now then, to the task at hand. Let's resume the investigation of the Normallium.
It's a red liquor with a minty aroma, right? Let's go ask around.
Okay. That's it. Now we're going to talk to Ray. Miles, how's the investigation going? Well, little by little, I'm beginning to see the entire truth behind this case. Oh, that's good to hear. Uncle Ray had better not fall behind either. This case seems to have a lot in common with the case 18 years ago. I agree. The melted ice in the Winter Palace and the body of the victim from 18 years ago.
I wonder why nobody ever noticed the body was missing until all this time.
After. The only family Mr. Dover had was a young son. His son, and Mr. Gustavia's son, who attended the same elementary school. After the case, they both went missing.
What? And they haven't been found yet?
I haven't heard any news about Mr. Gustavia's son being found. But as for Mr. Dover's son, he was found and his inheritance was delivered to him. And because of that, Mr. Dover never had a proper funeral. That way they were able to make it look like the body had been in the police custody. The autopsy report had also been forged, so nobody but the defense ever found out. Karma, you would go that far. Of course he would, you know him! Alright. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's not the walk button. No, I don't want to talk to you guys. I don't think I want to talk to you yet, Larry. Let's do these things.
It's a statue of a brave warrior fighting a snake! Was this also made by Pierre Hoquet?
It appears to be one of his early works, when he was enamored with fantasy and myths. The statue represents his heroic resolution to oppose hopeless difficulties in his youth. Title is The Math Test. The Math Test?
I know that feeling all too well.
Math test? Anyway, let's